And now we're going to add in your Team A or Team B layer. So go back to add layer from File, choose File, and now you're going to pick A or B from your group. The process is going to be the same, so if you're B, just follow along, pick the right file. Import layer, add layer. Now we're going to do the same kind of thing. So we're going to click on Options. Now let's go right ahead and change our symbol so that we don't get messed up that way. Now I picked red for my overall. Because Team A is being water-wise, I'm going to pick blue to represent water-wise. And if you're Team B doing creating habitat, maybe you want to pick green. Colors aren't really that critical, but you might as well pick colors that make sense for the type of data or the type of attribute that you're working with. But I'm going to go with blue and click OK. And I'm going to keep the default size here, 8 and 50, because this is out of 25 instead of out of 50. So if we make them half the size, we'll be able to kind of compare your score with the overall score with your other teammates involved there. Now let's classify the data. I don't know that we're going to get lucky with the equal interval, but we're going to go to manual instead. So for this one, for your team file, we're going to go to manual, and we need to do the same kind of thing. So take your maximum score and divide it by 5 this time, because we're going to do intervals of 5. And so 19 divided by 5 is going to be 3, and then we add 1, so 4. If your highest score was, let's say, 21, that divided by 5 is 4 plus 1 is 5. So you'd want 5 classes here instead of 4. So if you're over 20, you want 5. If you're under 20, you want 4. The next thing, we can drag these to be those multiples of 5. So we want it to go to 5, and then 10 and 15. Now you'll notice down here that we have 5.2 to 10. Let's change our bottom number to 0. So just click on the 3. If it's already 0, that's fine. But if you're like me and you don't have that, now we have an option to round. So we want to round to the nearest 1. There we go. So our 5.2 got changed to a nice round number. Alright, we'll go with the defaults for the rest of that and click OK and click Done. We're going to rename this as well. So click on the 3 dots, go to Rename, and this one is Score Out of 25. Actually, perhaps we should clarify that even more, that it's the Team A score out of 25. And we'll go back to this 51 and say total score out of 50. That makes more sense. Alright, we can also zoom in so that the map fills as much of the screen as possible. And right away we can see how the Team A and the Team B scores are influencing the property. So in the case of like this one here, the Team A score was pretty low, but the Team B score must have been a lot higher because the total is a lot higher. And you can actually click on that symbol there, and we can see the total score is 26. So I know this is both teams added together. The other way you can tell is if you have a number for front not paved and a number for yard is garden. That means both teams are added together. Now it says 1 out of 2, so we can click this little triangle and we can take a look at the first one, although it's kind of a silly order, but anyway. So the Team A score was 10, and we can see that Yarda's Garden is 0 and number of shrubs is 0, so it's only the Team A score here. So 10, and then Team B obviously was 16 to make it 26 total. So you can check out some other ones. There's some properties where the Team B score was low, so they were good at being water wise, but not good at creating habitat. You can see if they were good at both if both squares are pretty big. And this one here, for instance, we can see they had a total score of 8 and the Team A score was 6, so the Team B was only 2 points. So it didn't increase by much with Team B. Anyway, there we get a nice comparison. Now it's time to save this, so come up to the save button here, click save, and we need to click save one more time. The title for this map, let's start with your name and your partner's name. Do a hyphen. This is the Group 1 Team A Water Wise Survey. We need to add some tags in here, so I suggest just doing your names. You can do them uppercase, lowercase, whatever. You can see that I've already done this, so I can just click on the tags I had in there, but just a space between your two names is fine for the tags. We don't need to add an extra description, and we can simply save our map.